Hello YouTubers and welcome to part 7 of Feed the Beast Minecraft. In our previous video, we got our quarry set up, working and mining things down, and it's working away wonderfully. Although getting it enough power is still always a little bit of a problem. Today we're going to be focusing on a bunch of different things. One thing, I've been rather busy building a giant wall around my village. So we'll get up to a higher point, and I will show you how cool my little wall is. Well, not little, it actually took a little while to build. We have some iron golems there, and I'll be explaining those away shortly, or how those came to be shortly. So let's get up here. Look at that. The wall goes way over there. You can see the top of it right through there and back around. It's still not done, but it's coming a long way. And I've also been working away trying to mob-proof my village, so my villagers don't die. And as you can see, we have a lot, and it is thanks to this thing up here. So this helps. A lot of people call it just kind of a villager breeder or something along those lines. And it's very, very easy to construct. I did it off camera because it doesn't take a while, but it's pretty puttery. And I was testing out 2 or 3 different things to see which one would work with 1.7.10. So all you're going to want to do is make a base. As you can see in there, I just have cobblestone. Build up walls. I just did mine 4 high, so there would be 3 blocks of clearance in there. And you just want to throw some glass panes around here. As you can see, most other village structures generally follow the same format. They have those panes only a few blocks high, and then they have a roof of some kind. Again, this will be done at a pretty... Oh my god, I'm being attacked by an iron golem. Okay, I don't know what I did to upset those people, but apparently I did something. So, last death... because there's going to probably start being a lot of these on the screen. They're all standing right there. So, I'm going to avoid them for a while. And all you want to do is... Oh, no, I don't like this at all. Oh, not good. I don't think I did anything. Right, where was I? So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to proof a roof on. Again, any materials. And then you're just going to want to lay the doors out in rows and put a roof on top of them. Oh, we just saw a little bit of love going on there between the villagers. Oh, stay away from me! I don't know why the iron golems don't like me anymore. I haven't attacked any of the villagers. So I'm just going to have to get to a high space. I greatly regret building those to defend the village. They're doing too good of a job. Aha! Can't get me up here. Oh, maybe you can. So as I said, you just want to put the blocks down, and then you put a door and then another block on top. You don't need that staircase, that dirt staircase I have. That's just so I can get back up there. The villagers aren't supposed to use that. And what they do is they actually register this as buildings. So every one of those doors is now registered as a building. Now, to make this structure, you're going to want to tear down one of your existing structures that has a door on it, I believe, and then build something in its place. So you want to stay in the village confines. It's probably best if you build towards the center. I built towards the outside, but it seems to still work all the same. The other thing you're going to want to do to force villagers into there is you're going to want to remove all the doors in your villages. And this is part of the reason why I built that wall around there, because now everything is vulnerable, including myself. I'm not sure why the gates aren't connecting up to the fence posts here. Not really sure why, but I'm sure there's a weird reason. And so you're going to want something at least 2 high to prevent skeletons from shooting over or things just climbing up. There is still one problem, as you can still have spiders get into this base. So how do we spider-proof our base? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You have one of 2 options. Option 1 is, I'm just going to go here quickly, is along the top, I'm just going to use this point, is you can put a block here, and so spiders won't be able to jump up, and also the ladder will also perform the exact same thing. So it will prevent spiders. So I'll be throwing probably a series of ladders around the top layer when I'm done, and that will prevent any and all spiders from getting through. The next thing, I'm not sure if you saw, but you saw all these yellow lines, and I'm sure you're thinking, what's going on with those? Why are there now yellow box-shaped things, or yellow X's everywhere? Well, that is to tell you where mobs can spawn or not. And you turn this on and off. Sorry, I just got turned around there for a second. By pressing the F7 key by default. You can check your key bindings to see what it is, but the default in Minecraft is F7 to turn on and off. And you can use this to village-proof your area. So, all my torches are inside that stone. I wonder if they've left yet. Oh, right over top of it. Are you still wanting to attack me? Please say no. Hello? Right. So I think I can just break the block underneath this and get all my stuff back. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Oh god, that thing is scary. Alright, oh there we go. He's not attacking me anymore. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of armor in case they decide to do that, and get my hang glider back. So I'm going to do I meant to put a door up earlier. I'm not really sure what triggers these things to attack. I thought it was just attacking the villagers or them, but I have not attacked them in some time. So like I said, for this, all you want to do is you're just going to want to put a door down and then put some sort of block on top of it, and that will register now as a new building and thus allow more villagers to breed and create little baby villagers to grow up and populate my area. I'm not going to be building too many of my own structures in here. I'm going to be building village-related structures in here, so other housing. I'll probably build another spawn area on this end of town to allow areas at both points. And, oh, right. The torches. I got halfway through that, and then I lost my train of thought. So as you can see, these are all yellow. So these are yellow because they're exposed directly to the sky, and they do have a chest light, so there's only a small chance. If they are red in a completely enclosed area, you will see red, and they will have a very, very high chance of spawning mobs. So to get rid of this, just put down a light source. There's a small radius around it where mobs cannot spawn anymore, and you're just going to want to place those throughout your village area, and that's once all your yellow squares are gone, that's how you know you have completed. The next thing on our agenda is some little more Tinker's Construct. In the beginning, I said these things could be modified with different enchantments, or not enchantments, but the equivalency of enchantments. So we just have a look at this. As you can see, I've added one redstone and a little bit of lapis to this. So I'm pretty sure I just added one lapis, but I may have added more. And so lapis gives you the fortune, the redstone gives you the haste. So we're going to complete the redstone, and I'm also going to run a little experiment on that lapis to see what the ratio actually is. So I'm just going to grab a stack of each. Now, you have two options for doing this. You can either do this one at a time, but that seems tedious. You can do this two at a time, and it will go twice as fast. Or your final option is in your crafting table here. You can construct a block of it, and it will do, you just put the block here, a redstone here, X in here, and right now it can go to 17, 27, and it goes, because we're adding 9 for the block, 1 for the piece of redstone, and you can get this done, and I'm pretty sure, actually, ooh, how much is on here? So I didn't actually need all that. 47, so I'm not going to add an entire block. I just need 3 more pieces. I'm going to do it like that. And now we have 1 level of haste. Now you can add, I think you can increase the level by 3 times, so we can do that if we want. The next thing I'm going to do is I just want to run a quick test with this. Oh yeah, so every one adds another layer. So you do need 450 pieces of lapis to do this. So I'm not going to do it right now. I just wanted to see, because I thought I only had 20. I must have added, or I thought I only added 1 or 2, but I must have added 20 to the list. Alrighty. So now that that is done, the next thing I think we're going to want to do is we're going to come back to our industrial craft area. Now, as you know from earlier, you have 3 different tools. You have your wrench, which you can use to adjust. But the problem is those wrenches, over time, eventually wear out. And I think the wrench is actually in the train station, so I do apologize for that. Because it was just one of those items that running out of inventory space, and I thought I put it right there. Now the problem is wrenches have uses on them, and eventually those uses expire. And I think it's time we don't want to have that anymore. So what we're going to do, Oh, that's what I was going to do. I am so sorry. I know what I forgot. Sorry, this video is a little disjointed. These Safari Net controllers. This is how I actually got a couple of the villagers back in. I found a couple and I crafted one more. Unfortunately, I used the rest of my slime to build it. So what it requires is 4 string, a piece of leather, and 1 piece of slime in there. There's a few different options here from the different mod packs, but it will give you 1 Safari Net controller. And what you do is, what you want to do is when you find a villager, you want to hold shift and right click to kind of scoop them up. However, this doesn't just apply to villagers. This applies to most mobs. So I don't think you can scoop up these guys, but you might be able to. Let's try. Yes, you can. So as you can see, it says I have iron golem on it. Yeah, I think I may have pissed them off by that. I'm just going to run over here quickly. And then all you want to do is just right click to redeploy it. They are still not happy with me, are they? That may have been a bad move. I probably should have done like a chicken or something. And what I did is that other village, I found a couple of villagers that hadn't been killed yet, and I brought them here and I used it to start that spawn area. So all you need is a couple villagers to just get the ball rolling, and from there they will continue on. So I'm just going to make it daytime again, although the village is technically safe now. So, as I was saying, we are going to make an electric wrench. So the electric wrench is kind of cool. This thing has, all you need to do is just make sure you have a charge in it. So let's see how to make it. We need a full wrench and a small power unit. A power unit does have a few steps here, so let's get started on those. We need iron casing, a couple of copper cable, a battery, a circuit, and this electric motor. Electric motor is just 2 casings, 2 coils, and an iron ingot. So let's go see if we can start constructing that. I'm not sure how I'm doing on resources in terms of industrial craft, but let's find out. So industrial craft, here we go. I will need some copper. I'm going to need some iron. I'm going to need some tin. I still have 1 more battery left. And I know I'm going to need some bronze in a moment. I'll make that in shortly. You need redstone and copper cable. So let's grab some rubber here. This is just one of those games where you never seem to have enough inventory space, is it? So let's just get rid of some of this stuff. Wood, and that might be enough in the inventory. Oh, that's where I put my other chests. Okay. I think we have just about everything we're going to need for this. I know I'm going to need a little bit. Cannot find anything in here apparently anymore. I'm going to need some copper and tin as well. All right. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to start the metal former, and we're going to want to start extruding. Let's start extruding those out and get that ready, because we are going to need, and then we're going to start the bronze, because we're going to need a fully powered wrench. A wrench that's kind of halfway there will not work for these purposes. So a wrench, if you remember, it was just this. Will give us 1 wrench. And then the power unit, we almost have everything we need there. Do I have any? What I'm going to do is just run some iron through this furnace here quickly, so I don't have to run back and forth. I always hate this waiting part. This is always the worst part of this game sometimes, especially when you forget to get things ready like this. Actually, while that's running, I think we can show you one other cool thing. Now, I don't know about you, but what I find irritating is having so many resources on me at any given point in time. And you know what? I never seem to have enough room to store dirt, cobblestone, sand, and gravel. Thankfully, we have other options. What we can do is you're going to want to take a bunch of dirt, just put it in your crafting grid like this. You just want to craft the whole thing. And I have a little bit left over. And you're going to get compressed dirt. So each one of these represents 9. And we're just going to use the remainder of this. However, there's more. We can compress another level down and get double. Ooh, gonna need more dirt, I guess. And you can go double, triple, and quadruple. And the quadruple, I believe, is every one. What is this? No. Every dirt represents, I believe, something like 6,500 blocks, which is just insane. So it allows incredibly high storage density, which I don't know about you, but I have found useful on more than one occasion. Or will find useful, I guess, would be the more appropriate term here. So just going to make a bit more. I cannot seem to place these today. So there's our double, and I'm not going to have triple. But triple, if I just overview the uses, triple will make quadruple, and there you have your, every block of this is 6,561. And the other nice thing is, these are actually completely placeable and mineable. So you don't really need to worry about that. And that will allow you, just in case you're starting to run out of chest space, especially early game, you don't really want to buy wood or lay out a huge storage area, you do thankfully have other options for that. So that's just kind of a neat little space. And the sand and gravel can be done up to double compressed, but that's it. So it does save a little bit of space and time. So now that we have this, we'll grab our iron out of here. We're just going to need 2 coils. Now it will leave us 8, which we may as well make into rubber or copper. And then the recipe for this, I believe, I'm just going to bring up the ghost image. So 2 tin, 1 iron, and 2 coils. I'm not going to lie, you're probably going to need a few of these power units, or these motors, sorry, because they are used to make, where are they? These power units, which can be used to make a chainsaw and a drill. And we will probably be covering that in the next video more than likely. Because the drill allows you just to have rechargeable, essentially a rechargeable wrench that all it's going to take is power. So it's kind of useful. And it can be upgraded to diamond, which will allow you to mine diamond level things. And then you can actually use iridium, which is also part of industrial craft, to further advance that. And then you can make, then I think it gives you fortune or silk touch. I can't remember which one. Oh, did need 2 more. I apologize. I have to run 1 more piece of copper through here. So to make the wall, all I was using was stone. Open up the chisel tool, and then I was just using these stone bricks. So nothing special. Also, if you ever want, actually I can just bring this up again. If you ever want to get that kind of mossy cobblestone and cracked, it's also here. So if you ever want those options, they are available to you. So you will have them. There we go. And hopefully by the next video I have this wall a lot better done and more of that area dug out for you. Or the video after, somewhere in there. I feel like I forgot a step, didn't I? Totally did. So make a very, very quick circuit here. Knew there's a reason I need this insulated copper cable. Knew it was for something. So there we go. This, and 1 more step. Just need to roll this out so it will give us the iron casings. So yeah, the iron plate goes to the iron casings. I don't think we've used iron casings yet, but same idea. All right. Here we go. I think we finally got everything. It's not usually take me that many attempts. There we go. And we take the unit with the wrench, and now we have an electric wrench. So all we have to do is just throw it into one of our bat boxes here, and it will start charging. Since it doesn't hold a lot of power, it's pretty quick. And we can use this now if we want. I'm just going to test it out on our generator. So it will work the exact same way. So it'll rotate a bat box to face you. And you can also use it to disassemble items like that. So it does save time. And like I said, in the future videos, we'll be covering the chainsaw and the drill, and as well as how to further advance that power. Unfortunately for this time, I think we're out of time for now. So again, if you enjoyed these videos, please like and subscribe. Any and other comments are greatly appreciated. And until next time, this is Logica saying cheers, folks.